Hey guys, this is Andrew Holmes from Chicago RIA and the founder of Chicago Flipping. You've probably heard me on the radio show, or while driving around in Chicago, you have seen our billboards, which is chicagoflipping.com. Yes, we're the ones trying to compete with the Urlacher billboards. I was so sick of seeing all the hair transplants and Urlacher all over the place. I thought I would put my mug up there, so we'll see. But anyways, welcome to the show. And today the topic is going to be, how do you find the top 10 best markets to flip? Not in Chicago. This is going to be in the suburbs. So let's look at what does the data show. So basically this is going to cover all the areas that are outside of the city of Chicago. So in the entire area, the north, the east, the west, kind of all over the place, the Chicago suburbs, what are the best places to do flips in the Chicagoland area? The way we arrive at this data is we download all the public records, we download all the MLS data, and then we look for properties that have been flipped in 1 year or less. We don't count any flips that are 14 months, 18 months, 16 months. Why? Because the goal of doing flips is one thing, and one thing only, is to try to generate a 20-25% return every time and do it, ideally for me, 6 months or less. Maybe for you, it's 8 months. But if you follow kind of the system we follow, it's going to be 25% returns minimum in 6 months or less. So let's delve into the details. If you'd like to get a copy of our data, and if you want more information, you can always make sure you subscribe to us, you like us, you love us, show us your support at chicagoria.org, like the videos, and share it with your friends. And show up at one of the meetings because you're going to get a ton of info. So what is the number 10 place in Chicago if you were going to start doing flips? It's going to be kind of in the southern suburbs, and it's going to be an area called Dalton. It's an area which has some interesting characteristics. Number one, it has high taxes. That's kind of one of the tough parts. So if you're going to do a flip in Dalton, guess what? You got to watch for the taxes, because the people will want to buy the property, but can they afford it? So last year in Dalton, there were 25 flips that were done in that particular city. The next one is going to be good old Evergreen Park. Tough area to do rehabs in, but a phenomenal area for doing flips. The city is tough though. If you're going to paint 1 square inch, guess what? You need a permit and you need architectural drawings. And I'm not kidding with you. Do not try to play games with the city. Evergreen Park, 26 flips last year. The next one is going to be kind of just a little bit east, a little bit farther south, is going to be Calumet City. That's 28 flips in the last year. The next one is going to be good old Streamwood. That was one of the places where I started doing the first flip. The first flip I ever did was in Hoffman Estates, Streamwood, Hanover Park. That was kind of the area. 30 flips last year that were done in Streamwood. Just a phenomenal area, bread and butter. This is kind of in the northwest. So we did a bunch of the areas that were kind of south. Now we headed to northwest. That's number 7 on our list. Now we're back to the southern part of town. And I know some of you that live up north are going like, Andrew, what is it? Why did you not pick something in the north? Guys, listen, I'm not prejudiced. I'm just kind of going by the numbers. Because mind you, think about it. If you're going to do a $100,000, $120,000, $150,000 rehab, is that going to get done in 6-8 months? Guess what the answer is? No. Hence, we don't have those properties. So we're not looking at second story additions. We're not looking at adding square footage. We're looking at as is, where is rehabs, turn them quick, make a 25% profit, and these are the cities. So the next one is Country Club Hills, 31 flips last year. The one after that, which is number 5 on our list, is good old Bellwood. We love Bellwood. We have tons of properties that we own as rentals, and a ton of people from Mastery have flips in Bellwood. 38 flips in Bellwood. The next one, we go back south again, and that is in Homewood. 39 flips last year in Homewood. This was a surprise to me. I knew a lot of us were buying properties from a rental perspective in Homewood. I did not know there were that many properties that were flips. Now, mind you, I want to remind you something. If you're in the Homewood, Flossmoor area, you say, well, you know, great schools in that area, if you look at greatschools.org in terms of the reported ratings of the school. But guess what? Flossmoor is nowhere on the list, yet Homewood is. You ever wonder why? See, it's the taxes. Homewood taxes are much better from a flipping perspective than they are. People love that area to live in, yet guess what happens? If you're going to do a flip, don't try Flossmoor in the most cases. I would do it in Homewood. The next one is going to be good old Cicero. Oh my God, when you talk about a building department, Cicero is one that will give you run for the money. Yet, it's a very desirable area. People love that area to live in, especially if you're in the southern part of Cicero. As you go south in Cicero, guess what happens to property value? They go up because the number of multi-units drop. If you're far north in Cicero and you're far east, there's a lot of multi-units. As you go far south in Cicero, immediately the home prices go up. So it depends. It's not just Cicero. You want to be in the southern side, you're going to have better numbers typically. The next one, number 2 on our list, is Matteson. Now, number 2, to me, Matteson is a little bit controversial from the standpoint that the turnover time in Matteson is a little bit high. Great area, phenomenal for rentals. Wonderful pricing structure in terms of you can find a lot of great deals. The problem is, my concern with Matteson, if it was me, I would look at the turnaround time. What is the number of properties that are available? What is the absorption rate? So you're going to look at the leading indicators of flipping. You're not going to look at the lagging indicators. If you look at the sold comps, those are the lagging indicators when you look at a flip. But you're going to look at the leading indicators, which is how many properties. Yet, having said that, even though I have my doubts, 55 flips last year in Matteson. So clearly, properties are flipping. I would just watch out for the numbers. The one and only, again, this is the second year in the row, it is South Holland. 68 flips last year. I mean, an absolute out of the ballpark. Guys, if you understand any data about flipping, that is just massive amount of flips that were done in a town. It has been hotter than hot as long as you pay attention to the price range. This is Andrew. Hope you guys are enjoying our videos. Like us, support us, and you can always attend one of our upcoming meetings at chicagorea.org, or you can email us at info@chicagorea.org to get lots and lots of great content and to get a copy of our Excel sheets as to how we come up with this data. Thanks. Have a good day.